Reporting live from Anchorage, Alaska. A little excited, a little concerned, with a little anxiety, but that's just typical on a hunt like this. This is a different type of hunt. We're on a coastal brown bear hunt. I'm used to hunting in the mountains for ovis and capra, which are sheep and goats. It's a little bit different in other regards because I don't really know what we're doing. Never been on a brown bear hunt, been on another grizzly hunt, but not on a coastal grizzly. So I've got a lot of questions that I can't answer. My sidekick, Eric, he's got some that I can't answer. So a lot of this is just using experience and using, the best information that we have at our fingertips right now. Nobody in the world has really been hunting unless it's been in their own country. So for us to be in Alaska, not an international hunt, but I was joking earlier, it seems like one. What's so cool is that there has not been a hunt in Alaska since last March. So you would think our chances of harvesting a trophy brown bear and just having success and having a great, memorable hunting trip in Alaska this year would be over the top. I'm expecting to see a lot of brown bears. I'm expecting to see a brown bear that I don't have to just shoot because I want to shoot a brown bear. I want to take my time and be able to look these bears over. So to me, to have that opportunity, this is a chance of a lifetime to kill a huge brown bear, and I'm excited. We're taking care of some business here at Fred Meyer grocery store. As a non-resident, I am learning the process here in Alaska. So online, I got my hunting license and my harvest ticket for a brown bear. But as a non-resident, you have to come here and get this locking tag. It's a metal tag Alaska issues for all their animals, big game animals at least. $1,000 later, I have it. And I have a record of it too. So anyway, last step before we go hunt a brown bear. And wow, man, the journey's already started. Well, we made it up the hill on day 2 morning, and we feel like after day 1 we've acclimated. We've already seen a great amount of wildlife. Saw several moose, female moose yesterday, and that's a good sign to have the moose because the bears are going to be looking for the babies. We saw a little red fox, we saw several ducks, we saw sandhill cranes, we saw white swans, so saw a little bit of everything. We're sitting, a long time on the hill. We're getting a little late start in the morning. It gets light here at about 5 a.m. and it gets dark at about 11. You got to take advantage of the light hours. So we were on the hill 11 hours yesterday. You got to be pretty patient.
You say you're like the dream to me on the peninsulas. Just give me like a 10-mile-an-hour wind. It's always nice to have a wind because
Yeah.
out here you're screwed. You get those days out here where the wind changes direction. You don't ever see shit. You get it,
When it's moving directions.
Yeah.
Yeah, the animals just hold down.
Well, they just smell you. You know,
Or that
you're on
too.
the hill, and 360 degrees around you, there's wind blowing everywhere.
Yeah.
These bears will smell you a mile away.
Uh-huh.
But then when you do see one on those fringe areas like that, they're usually pretty big.
Yeah. What is if the brown bear is 9 or 10 foot? What do they usually weigh?
In the spring or the fall is different.
Spring.
But, you know, in the spring, you're gonna say your swing will be from like 650 to 900, probably.
Okay.
Average being 700-800.
Yeah.
You know, that same bear will be 1,000 in the fall.
So in the fall, will they be heavier? By 100 too?
20-30%.
Yeah. It's almost 5 o'clock. We figured that we would be here for much longer, but the legendary spot's not delivering for us. They nicknamed this place the Ho Chi Minh Trail because these trails that bears use are so deep. Caught that name from a guide here a few years back. What the outfitter really wanted to do was take us to the ocean, and the weather was not conducive to that, so we wanted to stop by this spot that they said always delivers big boars. So the weather is going to be really bad tomorrow, so the outfitter Tracy said he'd rather pick us up and then try to get us to the beach this evening. So what's going to happen is about a half hour as soon as we get packed up here, we're going to head back down to our little spike camp, take down the tent, and make our way to the coast. Be a totally different setting. Weather will be more fierce, wind to be blowing harder, but we got to move. We need to see where the bears are moving. See both sides. See the beach along this left side. So if we go over here, this area, we'll probably have a better angle on that side of the beach. So he's gonna sit us right over here. We've been watching this bear up here on the hill, and I caught him on my eye about 30 minutes ago. He was making his way down the ridge there like a ridge runner, and then he popped off coming down, and Jason's looking at that bear and thinks it's an 8-foot bear. He's calling it an 8-foot bear. Probably won't hunt that bear. It's just getting prime time right now. This is our first day in this area, so probably pass on that bear and see what happens. But it sure is comforting to see a bear, and a bear that's actually walking towards us, not away from us, and not walking down the ridge. We just finished breakfast on day 5. We got weather moving in. We were kind of moving a little slow, wondering what the day was going to look like with the weather, and lo and behold, happens just like it usually does when you're not really pushing it. We got a big mature bear down here, eating on the beach, he supposes. Jason's going down there to look at him. We just in a hurry grabbed all our stuff. We're gonna go down here and get a look-see and see if we can't put a stalk on this bear. So, probably 8+.
Yeah, I think that's your classic bear that's right around 8.5.
Yeah.
You know, it might be, I don't think it's over 8.5.
Yep.
But it could be 8.4 or something. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I just call it that class, 8.5 class.
He definitely shows more mass, you know,
well, he's just
than the other bears we saw.
Yeah, he's just as wide up front as he is in the back. The dark as all get out.
Yeah, I like his
And his hide's
cape.
perfect. But
No blonde spots or bear rub spots. Well, he's the biggest one we've seen on this trip. This is always the judgment call on a hunt like this. You've got 5 days in, you've seen 4 or 5 bears. You know, 5 days into a hunt like this, he sees a bear that, let's call him 8.5, not sure if he's a sow or a boar. And do you shoot that bear or do you not? There's your big question. For me, I'm not gonna shoot that bear. We're on the Alaska Peninsula. You're in the best place in the world to shoot a trophy brown bear. Yeah, it's been tough, but I guarantee you the hunting is gonna get better. You gotta have faith and confidence that this is gonna work out, and you're gonna have to keep hunting. Still day 5, evening, after a long rain delay. We could only bear that rain for about 7 hours. Took a little siesta and put all our stuff out to dry, and the storm has moved out. Clouds are moving out. We've got sunshine shining through, so we're hoping these bears start moving after this front. Just keeping our fingers crossed is what we're doing. Looking for our 10-foot bear. Yeah, we saw our first bear today at 9 a.m. and you don't see your next one until 9 p.m. That's 12 hours. A lot of time.
Tell me about it. Yeah,
At least we get to go back to our tent and have some dinner and have a tiny bit of motivation to hopefully get up tomorrow and do it again. Gee whiz, man. Well, that's a good way to start day 7.
that's a great way, yeah.
The hunt's been pretty damn humbling, to say the least. We're seeing bears, but we're not seeing big boars. 7 to 12 days, a man's got to stay motivated somehow. So that's a little motivation, that helps. The big deal about today is there's no wind, and it seems to be shifting. So hopefully Mother Nature decides to take one direction, and we can work with it. It's a hunt, Jason.
There it is.
It's a real hunt, buddy. This ain't no slam dunk. You know, I was thinking when we were walking over here this morning, all these international hunts I've done, I'd like to say that they're more challenging, but they're not. These hunts in North America are way more challenging. From, you know, not necessarily from a terrain perspective, but from amount of game, the amount of time. Like a lot of those international hunts, you've got guys scouting for you, you know, so they kind of know a good proximity of where the animals are. You know, here, you got an airplane and you can't even tell me if it's within 5 miles, you know. That's something that someone should remember if they want a real challenging hunt. Stay in North America. Go hunt a bear. Sitting here waiting on an air taxi. After 6 days, we're having to leave our Hanoi Hilton. We hunted hard here. I hate to leave this spot. It's a great spot. They always see tons of bears. We saw tons of bears. Too many sows and cubs, not enough boars. The only boars we saw were 6, 7, and 8 foot. Again, we're looking for that 9 to 10 foot boar, and it just didn't happen. We've been hunting 9 days. We were 3 days at the other Ho Chi Minh Trail camp. Like I said, 6 days here, 9 days into 12. The mood is kind of somber. We got to get to a new spot and get settled, learn the lay of the land where we're going, and try to find us a bear in 3 days. And if we don't, it's going to be another judgment call. Do we push it and stay longer or not? Not sure where we're going to go this time, but we'll roll the dice and we'll make the best of it. Well, we found our new place here on day 10 on our 3rd camp. We've been very fortunate to have good weather, and now we don't. This is our new glassing spot, and we're gonna find a damn boar, come hell or high water. Well, we got a little bit of excitement finally. We're down there at the beach, down there, waiting for a beach walker, and we spotted a big black boar coming down the valley. Just trying to get some height there so we can get a look at him, see where he's going, see if we can intercept him. Saw him at the bottom of this valley floor down here. And instead of him coming straight down the valley, he's kind of angling up this other side of the valley, which is not good. Bear did exactly what we did not want him to do. He followed that top of the canyon for a little while and then fell off the other side back into another valley. So, but about 428 yards out there is where that bear was, and we've just lost sight of it. It's so thick down there. We're probably just gonna get down to the bottom of the hill here and get out on the beach, and if it comes out there, it does. If not, we'll leave it to hunt for tomorrow. We are calling it a hunt. We're at day 15 and season 16 days, but I thought I could finish 16 days on this hunt, but I just can't do it. It's hot. We're not seeing bears move much right now in the heat. If we are, they're extremely high in the mountains, heading away from us, and put in a lot of time. I mean, a lot of time on this hunt, and just can't get a lucky break. Just can't get a lucky break. I decided to call it, and the Bears won this deal, and I'm okay with it. You know, sometimes you win, and sometimes you learn. I think I'm going to learn a lot on this one. There's something to say for that. You know, maybe I shouldn't have pushed it. Maybe next time I won't. Maybe next time I will shoot a bear that's not a trophy. My guide, Jason, he's worked his tail off too. I mean, glassing, you know, 10 to 14 hours a day, living in a tent for 15 days. Hadn't had a shower in 15 days. It's going to be the end of this Alaskan brown bear adventure, and it's been fun, but it's over. It's over. So I'm going to finish packing up. I called Tracy, told him to fly in and pick us up. So the tide's going out, weather's good, it's sunny. That way he'll be able to get the bigger plane in here and get most of our stuff out of here and get us back to Blue Mountain Lodge. So with that, it's a wrap. We'll see you next time on the next hunt from Harlan Hunts.